Birdie 39, welcome. Today we're not in the car, we are doing some arts and crafts because I'm gonna make a new badge for the back of my car. And the idea for doing it is because in a previous video I took the badges off, and then each badge, there was like Nissan, there was Bluebird, there was LX. Each one I tried a different technique to find the best technique. I actually ended up losing the video files. I didn't really make the video how I wanted to. But the LX, I basically poured hot water on and then just pulled it off. And it damaged the paint more than the other badges. So I was looking at that and think I want to cover that up. Rather than repair the paint, which is going to cost, I thought let's just put a badge back on it. And then I didn't want to put any of these back on. This is my favourite out of the ones that come off the car. But it's a bit boring somehow just to stick that on there. So I thought, okay, right, I've got abilities to work in metal and stuff. I'm going to design and make my own one. And what I've done is this. Not too different to what Nissan do. So basically I found online a Nissan logo, and then I used an app to edit it, to change the letter order, and then all the letters are there except for the E's. I had to create the E. I made it out of letter I, basically. I think I did the I. How did I do that E? Anyway, I basically chopped up the other letters to create that letter E. So it says insane now, like kind of almost an anagram of Nissan. So I'm going to make that, and the reason I did it different sizes because I was just guessing what size it would print out as. I wanted it to be similar size to that because it kind of looks right on the car. So yeah, I think that one we're going to do. Sorry, no, it's not that one. It's this one. Like the letter distance kind of goes the same as this badge. So I want it to end up similar size to this. So what I'm going to do is, luckily I've got this sort of offcut of copper, and then this piece is going to work really nicely. So I'm going to be putting that design on here. That. And the way I put this onto there is to literally just glue it on in the position I want. Just trying to find a good position for it because there's only just enough width there, so I can't risk having that writing going across diagonal, so I'm being careful to get it sort of going straight down the middle. And you might be thinking, well, how are you going to cut these letters out of a sheet of metal? Well, fortunately for me, I'm a professional jeweller, so I've got all these special tools and equipment for doing exactly this kind of thing. Actually, if you wanted to have a go at this kind of thing yourself, you don't need any high-tech equipment at all. You could spend like, I don't know, $20, $30, get a saw frame, some saw blades, and you need to be able to drill into it. Maybe you've got an electric drill, just a fine drill that's going to go inside that letter size. You could do this yourself. This drill is blunt. There you go, drill through it. And now I've got that hole, that small hole. I can thread this saw blade through and then just zip, 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 or just saw it out. So I've cut it out kind of neatly. I had to chop the end off there because that was sticking out a bit longer than that side, so it all looks nice and even, like the letters are in the centre. Just checking out the size compared to this one. It is a touch smaller, but that's fine. Generally, it's going to look the same. Cool, so letters are not perfect, but they're good enough for this. What we're doing now, I'm going to put an edge around the outside because I usually work a lot neater than this, but I'm just banging it out. Make some light over here. So there you go, soldered up, rectangle shape. I usually work a lot neater than this, but as I'm not making a piece of jewellery, I'm just banging out a car badge. I'm just working quickly and roughly. Right, so here we are, literally months later. It's not that it's so much work, it's just that I rarely get on with it. So anyway, I have actually done quite a lot. It's probably 4 or 5 experiments with the mould, got it the thickness that works, holds its position without being too stiff, but it's got enough flex so I can get it out without damaging it. Letters, nice and neat. Just pulled this one out of it and look at it. we've got it. This is by far the best one. Quite an even thickness. Looking at it closely, it's a little bit thin there, but that's just me topping it up correctly in here. Can also just having it a slight up or down one end. The stuff when it goes in as liquid goes to one side rather than the other, so that's something I'm tweaking as I go along. But this mould's alright. Look at it, it's come out really good, really flat. Thickness is good, not perfect. Letters are all there, very little work, all nice and sharp. Strong, that centre of that A was a problem previously. Yeah, this is good, we're getting there. So I'm gonna actually, even though this one is not 100%, because it just tapers off a little bit there, but it's good. So I wanna try and finish this one off perfectly. So I'm gonna file it all nice and straight, nice and sharp, get it all buffed back, all the letters all cleaned out perfectly, and then paint it black. So now this is out of the mould. I've got to do this by hand, every single letter. There's like little rough bits of plastic and edges and stuff that need tidying up, so I've got to use these needle files, thread it through, and just smooth everything off. So yeah, even though the mould is done, it's quite good, still needs a lot of work. So quite time consuming, to be honest, making these. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. Getting everything nice and smooth. Like you can see I've done those. Doing these next. Right, that's done. Actually a lot quicker than I thought. Going outside. Basically just making everything all sharp and nice. And then I just got to paint it black. Stick it on the car. Alright, so after a load of trial and error experiments, I've got one finished, ready to paint. So yeah, there's the master look. Replica of that. There's a box of broken bits. I mean, I threw most of them away, but I've got these left over, just making them too thin, making them wrong. I mean, the actual way I made the master as well, I went over that again. The rubber moulds, this one was too thin, too flexible. It was all distorting when it was setting, drying. It's loads of work. I had to learn everything. So anyway, now I know what to do. I can replicate them again reasonably easily. But like you just saw, when they come out the mould, they still need work. I need to file up all the edges and inside the letters. They don't come out perfect. So if you want one, I can make one for you, but don't think I'm just going to sell you it for £10 or something, because it take me a lot of work to make them nicely like this. I'll just give it loads of very thin coats. Alright, so a couple of coats of paint, about 5 in total, and then sprayed it with lacquer. Yeah, done. Ready to go, ready to put on the car. I just got this badge out, this is the one that inspired it. So my badge is a little bit shorter and similar thickness, perhaps a touch thicker, I don't know. Anyway, so similar, it's going to be good. This is going on the car, but look, even after all those experiments, all these different moulds and stuff, still not perfect. You can see I was careful because I know this happens, but I got little air bubbles in it, in the resin, so you can see that one there on that end. Right, I've got some sticky double-sided tape on the back. Oh, come on. Right. The inspiration for this was covering up this dodgy bit of paint that was under the LX badge, damaged the paint pulling that off, so this really was an idea to cover that up. So I can use that to line this up, parallel with that, I guess. Yeah. Alright, so I like the fact it's on this side as well, so you've got a little bit of detail with the exhaust down there, and then putting an extra bit of detail there. I've still got to get rid of these little toe-in, tie-down hoops. That'll neaten up the back end a bit, but yeah, I like that. Insane. I hope Some like Nissan car enthusiasts noticed that. Alright, cool, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it. That's how I made my own insane Nissan badge. Yeah, if I can finish another one, if I can get them perfect and knock them out easily, I will offer them for sale, and I'll put a link, when that happens, I'll put a link in the description of this video. But until then, see you next time.